วิดีโอหน้านะคะแต่วันนี้จะมาให้ผู้เชี่ยวชาญเขาอธิบายก่อนว่าMeetup เนี่ยเวลาเราแกะกล่องออกมาแล้วมีอะไรข้างในบ้างนะคะแล้วก็ใครที่เหมาะที่จะใช้
Hello. Do I hear a doorbell? Ding ding. What's arrived?
Hi everyone สวัสดีค่ะทุกคนก็มาถึงช่วงรีวิวไทม์นะคะ by up to you channel นะคะวันนี้ก็จะมาโชว์เพื่อนๆ blocking Meetup นะคะเป็น High เทคโนโลยีอันใหม่เลยสำหรับการใช้กล้องนะคะในการประชุมสัมมนาโดยจะต้องให้โชว์ภาพผู้เข้าร่วมประชุมในแต่ละที่มุม160องศากันเลยทีเดียวแต่ทีเนี้ยว่าการทำงานของ Meetup เนี่ยทำงานยังไงจะโชว์และรีวิวเพื่อนๆในวิดีโอหน้านะคะแต่วันนี้จะมาให้ผู้เชี่ยวชาญเขาอธิบายก่อนว่าMeetup เนี่ยเวลาเราแกะกล่องออกมาแล้วมีอะไรข้างในบ้างนะคะแล้วก็ใครที่เหมาะที่จะใช้ Meetup โปรแกรมนี้นะคะ Meetup โปรแกรมก็สามารถใช้ได้กับทุกๆคนที่ต้องการพัฒนาในเรื่องของคลิปวิดีโอหรือว่าการประชุมต่างๆนะคะ
One of the channels under Up to You channel or sub channel, and we're actually going to be doing an unboxing. What I'm going to do is hand it over to my bigger counterpart, and he will actually do some talking. I hope you actually like the unboxing, but we may have some questions now, and where the big fellow couldn't answer them, so the little fellow is going to answer them. This is the Up to You channel, and we actually want to do an unboxing of the Logitech Meetup, as well as the extended microphone. What you've actually seen already on the internet is that there's quite a few people that do unboxing, but they don't tell you additional information around it. And there's actually, I haven't seen any at all with the extension microphone. So why this Meetup versus a normal camera? If maybe you could pass me the camera over here to $1,200 for this one. And this is about $200 for the microphone extension. Between $1,000 to $1,400 US for both of these together. So this is fine for one person. This is around about $80. You can get the Logitech Brio, which we've ordered, and that's a 4K camera. This one is also 4K, which means it's 4 times high definition. This is a high definition camera. This is 4 times the resolution, and it's also got special sensors in here. It's got microphones that actually detect where the people are. We're actually going to be going into that in a separate video we're going to record. Here we go, so this is the camera. I'll explain a bit more in a minute. Then we actually have the cables. So what we have here is a USB-C cable. It's actually USB 3.1 to a normal USB-A standard. So this is this one here. And then I shall move these boxes out of the way. And then the third box, we have the power supply, as you would expect, different adapters. We have this remote control. So this is the remote control unit. So therefore
amazing.
So you can actually use this and change the camera, and the camera's in the distance. And then we have some plates and screws, which are not really that interesting, and some instructions as well. I'll put these on one side. Let me explain just a couple of things before I go into it. Is that 4K sounds very nice, and some of you will actually have TV sets that actually give you a 4K quality. In fact, we have a projector to the right of us that is a 4K projector, so that whenever you watch, for example, Netflix, ones when they transmit into 4K, you see 4 times the resolution, which is something like 4091 times 2018. I can't remember exactly, but it's they actually call it ultra high definition. There's also the sort of high definition, which is slightly less. The numbers will actually put up on a separate slide onto the video. When you actually want to record in 4K video, here we'll actually record when you actually want to have a meeting in 4K video. You have to buy a separate cable, because this one will only support high definition. It won't actually support the 4K. You have to have a USB-C to a USB-C, and the reason is because of the volume of data. So when you actually record in high definition, it takes about 8 megabits per second. When you go in 4K, it's almost double or triple that. So therefore it relies on the USB-C 3.1 port to actually allow for the transfer. So you must buy home today because of the virus and also because of the future, where it's very likely that there'll be a lot more people working in these satellite groups, is that the 4K will be very useful, especially when you actually zoom in and zoom out. When you actually zoom in, because you've got the resolution, it will actually be much clearer than if you're just working on high definition. So as I mentioned, this camera is it's got an automatic motor here. It allows you to go 40 degrees to the right and the left. So in total, so when I power it up, it will go to the left and it will go to the right, and it's 120, which is normal, so super wide. Plus also the camera will move 20 to this and 20 to this. So in total, it's 160 degrees. So when you have the TV either side, it will actually move. We actually have here the loudspeakers, and we've got microphones that actually sense where you are, and therefore the camera will move to where you're actually speaking. It does take some time, maybe 10-20 seconds, but it'll actually move to where the person is talking. So this is the main camera. You can actually mount it on a tripod. In fact, we just ordered the tripod mount, so therefore we can actually put it anywhere. And it could also be mounted underneath the TV set, so wherever your cameras are. In our case, the tripod is more interesting because we're teaching, and therefore we actually want to move it around the room, depending on what we're actually doing. So this is the main camera itself. And then this is now the extension, which we bought separately. And so when you've got a big table, then and you've got a lot of people, what you have here is then the microphone that's remote. And I believe you have to just go and press it.
Can you show again, please?
This is the microphone here. When you look at the pictures on the internet, it shows you actually have something behind it, and I think maybe it's just a light underneath it that you just touch on and off. But then you've got a cable here, which looks like it's maybe 3 meters, I'm not sure exactly. Maybe it tells me in the back. Does it tell me? It doesn't tell me. You can actually check that out for you, how long the cable is. And then what you do is you plug this into the back of the microphone. So this actually plugs into the back. Just here, just to make sure I get into the right one, right there. So this plugs into the back, into this point here. So this is then a remote microphone that if I undo this, it's going on the wrong side, and therefore let's undo this one. So take this thing out. So therefore you would have the camera pointing towards the group, and then this thing allows you to have also a microphone. So you've got microphones there, and you've got microphones that are remote as well. So this can be right across the room like this. So it could be away, so you can either mute it, or you can run off the microphone or run the microphones off both. So some people be closer, some people be off this microphone. So this is essentially Meetup. We hope that you enjoyed the sessions. If you've got questions, feel free to put the comments at the bottom, and we will actually be setting this thing up, not only this camera itself, but we're also going to be setting up the Brio camera, the 4K camera, and we're going to be using it against on a whiteboard, and then we're going to be also setting up a laptop on the tripod, and we're going to be setting up the other camera as well. So to simulate what it's like to have a satellite group that are physically working, so 3 or 4 people, and then they actually talk on Zoom to another satellite group. And so this is really the first one of several videos all about working in satellite groups and using conferencing software and technology.
ก็ขอขอบคุณเพื่อนๆทุกคนที่สละเวลามารับชมคลิป EP 63 นะคะแล้วก็กดคอมเมนต์กดไลค์กดแชร์ให้ซึ่งถ้าเพื่อนๆคนใดเกิดข้อสงสัยไม่เข้าใจในคลิปวิดีโอนี้นะคะก็สามารถสอบถามลงมาได้ทั้งภาษาไทยและภาษาอังกฤษนะคะภาษาอีสานก็ได้นะคะเดี๋ยวจะตอบให้ทุกคอมเมนต์เลยยกเว้นคอมเมนต์ที่ไม่ได้อยู่ใต้คลิปนะคะคือ1ไม่เห็นก็ไม่ได้ไปตอบคอมเมนต์เพื่อนๆนะคะบายบาย have a nice day thank you for watching and wait to see the next video how the meetup works.
What about your big sister? You gonna say goodbye to her?
Oh!
The big one behind you, yay!
Yeah! This lady, my sisters, because we use the program from green screen if you want to know how green screen works return back to watch EP 62 okay bye bye